Hi everybody, this is Pint Size here. Welcome back to my channel. This is a collab, always on my mind, hosted by Nails by E. Erica, thank you so much for inviting me to this collab and letting me express my love for my fur babies. I really appreciate it. I also want to say a quick thank you to Sugared Eclipse Nails, Crystal. Thank you so much for helping encourage me and letting me bounce ideas off of you for this. And thank you for just listening to me with my nervous excitement. For those of you that don't know, I am still very new to nails, and this is my first collab as well as my first official nail art. So, bear with me on the video. I am working on getting a new setup. I know you can't really see what I'm doing except that I'm doing something, but I am working on it, so hopefully it'll be fixed shortly. So what we wanted to do with this collab was just express our love for our fur babies and do a full hand set with however we wanted to show that love. I decided that since hubby and I came into the relationship each with a beloved fur baby, I would do one hand for each. So we have Lestat, who's actually pictured right now, who was my white German Shepherd that I had for about 16 years. And then we had Torie, or Torpedo, who was a domestic short-haired tabby gas station kitty that hubby had for about 21 years. So when I was thinking about this, I sat down and came up with a list of ideas of things that were just quintessential to each animal when we thought about them. What toys did they really like? What treats did they really like? What could you see around our house that was associated with them? You know, things like that. So for Lestat's hand, one of the things that we always remembered with him was he had one ear that stood up and one ear that flopped over. And it had been that way since he was a baby. When I got him, he was about 3 months old. Both ears flopped over, as German Shepherds do. And then as he got older, one ear started to stand up, but the other one never fully did. So on the thumbnail, I have the one ear to represent the one standing up. And then on the pinky nail, I have the one ear to represent the one flopped over. Another thing that we always thought of when we thought of him was his one black claw. So when he was probably about 4, 5-ish, he got one of his claws ripped out by a screen door, and when it grew back in, it was black all the way through. So for the ring finger, I have a black nail, and then the only way I could really control him when walking, because he was a dog that was about half the size as me, was via a gentle leader. And so 15-16 years of a gentle leader, you know, they wind up with this little mark across their nose, and I decided to make, on that black nail, I decided to make 2 silver lines, kind of indicating the way that a gentle leader would go around the dog's face. It goes across the nose, and then it goes around the back of the neck, for those of you that aren't aware. On the middle finger, I have a rope toy. Because in all of his years, the only toy that I could really get him to play with was a rope toy. tried many, many different things, and he might play with them for a little bit, and then he would set them down, and that was that. The only one he would go back to was a rope toy. And then on the pointer finger, I have goldfish. Lestat liked babies. Here you can see him with a little bearded dragon. But there is a dear friend of mine who had a little girl, and she would come over to our house, and she loved goldfish. She would eat a goldfish, and then she would give Lestat a goldfish. And then she would eat goldfish, and then she would give Lestat a goldfish. All the while, he sat down and laid down right next to her with his little paw on her, just protecting her, loving on her, all of it. So now on to Torie, the little kitty you see hugging me right here. For the thumbnail of Torie, I tried to kind of mimic her fur pattern. The tabby black, red, brown, gray coloration. For the pointer finger, Hubby has a green bowl that he has had her entire life. So I tried to 3D sculpt that up at the top of the nail. She had a love for chasing frozen peas around on tiled floor. So I sculpted that on there as well. And she also recently we discovered a love for a specific treat that we called kitty chocolate. So that is sculpted on there as well. On the middle nail, she loved burrowing into blankets. She loved cuddling up against us. She loved little forts and places that she could hide under and just kind of chill out. So I created a little blue blanket fort at the top of the nail. Oh, there she is giving her daddy hugs. Little blanket fort at the top of the nail, and I used 2 green rhinestones to represent her eyes, because she did have kind of jade greenish like eyes. At the bottom of the nail, one of the quirks she had was she had a pica type obsession with chewing on plastic. She didn't chew on any plastic, but plastic that crinkled and crunched. And so we used to have to pull up our shower curtains or completely close the bathroom doors, because the bottoms of our shower curtains were just riddled with little teeth marks. If you left a plastic bag out, like a shopping bag or something, it would get that. If you left a Ziploc bag, it would get it as well. And so I took the bottom of the nail and I drilled some little holes into it to represent the teeth marks that she would leave everywhere. On the ring finger of that hand, she used to love sitting in the sun rays. You can see her sitting in the window right now. She used to love sitting in the sun rays, and she was actually a kitty who would slug across the carpet following the sunbeams. She would never actually get up and move, yet somehow she always followed the sunbeam. So I tried to represent that with the rhinestones and a little bit of iridescent powder across the corner of the nail. And then on the pinky finger of that hand, she loved chasing the red dot of doom. So you will see that on there, as well as a little paw print to indicate her chasing after it. here I am. I've already shown you Lestat's hand, and now I'm going to be showing you Torie's hand. We love these guys dearly, and we miss them. They were our first kids, both individually and jointly. They kept us out of a lot of trouble as we were growing up, and as far as our first pets went, we couldn't have asked for better ones. To Lestat and Torie, wherever you may be across the Rainbow Bridge, we love you guys. We'll see you again. Sorry, had to cut that off there. It started getting a little emotional. Anyways, we love you guys. We'll see you again when we meet on the other side. Thank you, everybody, for your love and support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you again, Erica, for thinking of me and inviting me to this collab. Really appreciate it. It was actually much more cathartic than I thought it would be. And Crystal, thank you for your help. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.